Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, the day that we call Thursday. Let me look on my thing to see what the date is, because you know what? I just don't know. It's been one of those weeks. Oh, it's the 10th. So, good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, the day that we call Thursday. The date that we call the 10th, in the year that we call 2025, in the month that we call December. So I hope everyone's doing well. I haven't been on this week. It's been quite a week. So no, today's Wednesday. You guys, today's Wednesday. So it's the day that we call Wednesday, the date that we call the 10th, the month that we call December, in the year that we call 2025. So sorry about that. That's the kind of week I've had. So I didn't come on Monday. We were in the middle of a deep freeze, and I was doing everything I could to keep the girls warm and to keep the house from freezing, the waters and stuff. So then yesterday continued with that deep freeze and doing more of the same, keeping the house really warm and running the waters so that nothing froze and making sure that the girls stayed really toasty out there in the barn. It stresses me out. It does. It stresses me out. And and then I ended up taking a hell of a fall. And, me being me, I dissect that, right? Like, it's slippery out there and my boots don't have the greatest tread. And so I only fell on my right side, which is the doing side. That's my masculine. That's the doing, the moving, right? But I didn't. Everything was on my right side, and I made sure to protect that left side. Like, I literally feel like I threw myself as I realized that I was falling. I literally angled myself in the midst of the fall to just have the right side take the fall. My dad used to say, "You don't know how to fall, Lorri. If you knew how to fall." I'm like, yeah. And then my nephew says the same thing about people. Oh, well, they just don't know how to fall. Okay. I guess when it happens so quick, you're not really thinking. But when I think back to it, I literally angled myself for my right side to take it. And so that my left side, which is my receiving side, didn't take the hit at all. And that's funny because just being me, the work that I do, the energy that I'm receiving from the universe comes in through the left side, and I made sure to protect that. It's just kind of funny when you look at things that way from a spiritual aspect. So yeah, I'm pretty sore. I was sore almost immediately because I'm not young. And then I was thinking of when when you're young, you will literally like do everything that you can to take a fall. Like, you'll probably crash and burn, and you want to. That's the excitement of it, right? You get up and not a thing is lame, not a thing hurts. It's just kind of funny when you're a kid. Let's create ramps. The higher we can go, see if we can still land on our two wheels. And if we don't, oh well, let's get up and try it again and keep doing it until we can. It's just so funny the way we're resilient and our bodies just bounce back so quickly. We don't worry about that stuff. Then we get older and we take a fall and we're like, oh gosh, everything's lame. I don't know. That's the crappy thing about getting older, right? So then I had some interesting dreams that I've been dissecting this morning, and I've been trying to get ready for Christmas. I got my little tiny tree up in the dining room. It still needs to be finished decorating, and it's only 4 foot tall. This isn't the dining room. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is the sunroom. It's only a little tiny one, so I was like, I want it up higher. So I went down and got a tote that we keep other decorations in. I'm like, yeah, that works. So I stuck it up on that. Now I've got to put the tree skirt around the tote so that you don't see the tote. But I did get that done, and I got the tree formed, the bigger tree that I keep up in the living room. I got that all formed yesterday, so hopefully I'll get that decorated in full by Sunday. And this one finished decorating. Get the rest of my decorations up, and I don't do a lot anymore. I used to deck the halls. I don't do as much as I once did. It's too much work. But I do a little. And the light, I like the lights, the atmosphere of the lights. All right, so it's let's see, it's 6:45. I do have to finish up on the Black Goo reading, and another person got a hold of me and wants to know why there's no arrests. But I'm slow to roll this morning because I've been clearing the house. I've been doing energy work on the house. And so that got me to you guys a little bit late. And so it's 6:45, and I have to get ready because I have a 9 a.m. appointment this morning. And so I do have to get ready for that. So I'm just going to do a small reading. I realize I haven't been on for a while. You guys are probably wondering where I am. But it's just, it's life. It's me trying to get things done around here in the morning during a season that is sometimes challenging before my day begins, before my work day begins. And sometimes it's just hard for me to make time to come on and do this. Sorry about that, you guys. If life were simpler and there weren't so much to do, I'd be able to get on every single day. And sometimes things are going nice and smooth and I can. And that's nice. So anyway, let's take a look. So tomorrow, which will actually be Thursday, we'll take a look at the couple of remaining questions of the Black Go, and then another question around why there haven't been major arrests yet. So someone wants to know about that, and so we'll take a look at that. But this morning, considering the dreams that I had that I've dissected, and some other things, I want to get a universal message. I think we should get a universal message. So right now we're connecting with our highest version of selves without opening our heart chakra, opening the crown, getting in touch with our highest version of self, calling in our entire spiritual team, that which is here, enlightening us, helping us, healing us, guiding us on this journey that we call life. And those that only have our highest and greatest good for intentions, only and always, connecting up into creator energy, pulling that light down in, and having our spiritual team help us see the messages of the universe in a way that they know that I can comprehend and relay the message, right? Via this particular tool, our tarot cards. And we're going to be using our Deviant Moon deck again today because I love it. And it seems right for the energy right now. It seems like the correct deck to use for the energy. So we obviously only want a true story. Only the truth is welcome here. Only love is welcome here. We make those decrees. The healing intentions are always set for you folks. So the high vibes and the healing and the love and the light and the courage and the passion coming to you via all of the universal energetic healing modalities, right? If you so choose, stand in your power and decree that for your highest and greatest good only and always. Breathe that in. Let that integrate the body. All right, and don't follow any links or emails in the comment section of the channels from anyone pretending to be me or anyone else soliciting you for anything. That would be scammers. Don't fall victim to it. So let's see, as the energy stands right now with the things that are going on the world stage, the things that are transpiring with people on a spiritual level from the energy shifts and the earth's heartbeat and all of these things that are happening simultaneously. Let's see what the universe would like to say to us to give us some insight, some clarity, a message. Sorry about the lighting, you guys, but you do know that I do not like bright lighting in the morning. I like my mornings to be dim, peaceful, full of tranquility, high vibrations, and just kind of watch the sun come up naturally, which it's not going to be sunny today because it was snowing, and they say we're going to get rain later on. I really hope that we don't get the rain later on. That'll make ice. I just want to keep the snow, and maybe the rain will leave the forecast. So that's what I'm projecting. I like, if it's going to be winter in Maine, I want to see the snow. Plus that helps insulate things. And ice is just treacherous, so. All right, so let's get a 7-card spread. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get one card, and I'm going to turn that over, and then I'll shuffle a couple of more times, and I'll get a 7-card spread that goes in conjunction with that first card. But please and thank you, I am asking for a universal message. What can we benefit to hear today? What can we gain insight from, clarity from, as the energy stands with the things that are going on the world stage politically, and with everything going on within the world vibrationally? What is it that we can most benefit to hear today? Please and thank you. One more. I hope everyone's having a beautiful morning. The Queen of Swords. Can't see it. You can't see it. You know, it's funny because if I had this like on the camera, it would be so much lighter. But for some reason, the video comes in very dark. I don't know why. But anyway, it's the Queen of Swords. The first card up is the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is really tricky, you guys, because on the one hand, there's all of this integrity with the sword going upward. And then on the other hand, there's all this bullshit and lies with the sword going sideways with blood dripping off of it, right? So that's a tricky card. So let's see, in conjunction to that Queen of Swords, where there's a lot of like, there's a lot of information out there right now, a lot of people out there that are honorable, but apparently they're saying things that aren't honorable. They're meant to deceive, meant to trick, okay? And let's see how we're going to further interpret that card when we get this 7-card spread. And one more. No, I feel like 2 more. You got to do it until it feels right. Yeah, 2 more. We'll cut them. And I'll get them laid, you guys. And then I will look to see what it looks like, so you can see the spread, even though it's dark. Huh. All right. This is interesting. So I don't know who needs to hear this. Maybe we all do. Maybe it's someone specific today. But it's interesting. It's kind of more of the same, you know? So I think you can see that all right. Okay. All right, you guys. So let's take a look at this Queen of Swords in conjunction with all of this. So the Queen of Swords represents something honorable. She holds one sword up very straight. And so there's honor there. There's integrity there. There's truth there. Noble intentions there. But then she holds one other sword sideways, and it has blood dripping off of it. So there's illusions there. There's misinterpretations. There's lies. And they're being put out there for a particular reason, right? Because there's that blood dripping off of it. So it's meant to manipulate, it's meant to harm, it's meant to create a reaction. All right. So that's where we start with the Queen of Swords. Now our pathway is driven by the Four of Cups. And I know you guys can't really see right now, but that's the Four of Cups. So the pathway, that's the energy that drives the pathway. It's also the energy that's going to help lend a bit of common sense, or it's going to make sense of the reading, okay? So the Four of Cups, it's like it's a very emotional time. The Four is literally doing work to create balance, and we're talking about emotions. So the advice with that for all of us is that we could benefit greatly from doing some work to create some emotional balance within ourselves, okay? And toss out the things that are making us not feel good, okay? And then putting it in conjunction with this Queen of Swords, remember that the things that are making you not feel good, they're put out there, they're words and information put out there to create this type of a reaction. And so we're being distracted and manipulated in our feelings. So it's for us to kind of pull back and take back our power and discard the things that aren't making us feel good. So educate, don't inundate, don't let stuff bring you down. There's a lot going on the world stage with that queen. It's being done with integrity, but it's very manipulative, and it's probably not for you. It's probably not for you. So we come up from our Four of Cups, which is that emotionally triggering feeling, needing to create a semblance of emotional balance, okay? Working to stack up what works and toss out what doesn't to create some form of emotional balance. And right above that, we've got this Three of Swords, which goes in conjunction with this Queen of Swords. So it's basically backing up that things are being said and put out there on the world stage to kind of bang people right in the heart and get them frustrated, get them upset with this Four, manipulate them with the sideways sword with the blood coming off of it, manipulate their feelings with this Four of Cups. And so what's going on is with the Three of Swords, what we need to do is pull ourselves up to a higher vibration, that vibration of three. And keep in mind that most of what you're hearing isn't true. There's a lot of lies, bullshit, gossip, information that's just not true. So be super discerning and look for the little bit of truth that's mixed in with the lies. it's that time where things are getting super manipulative, apparently. Now we come up above our 3, so we've been emotionally triggered. It's meant to strike us in the heart. Half this shit isn't even real. So pull ourselves out of this emotional crap. Pull these words and ideologies and thoughts and information out of our heart. Lift ourselves up to the 3, which is the joy vibration, especially with this 3 of Swords, the joy vibration, because swords are a vibration and a technology, as well as words, thoughts, ego, right? And they're going through the heart, so you got to mend that heart, bring yourself up into that joy vibration. And then above that, we have this Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups, often, she can be a real cold bitch, right? Or she can be an incredible empath. And it just depends on how she's set up. She's set up in a way where right beside her, she has some really good cards. So she's not set up to be a cold bitch. She's set up to be very empathic and somebody who really understands that her cup overflows. Her cup in this deck, I know, I'm sorry about the lighting. Her cup is literally overflowing, and she's carrying it across the beach, which across the sand, which represents more emotion. There's a quarter of a moon behind her, right? So it's pretty dark. Beyond her, she can see cities, civilizations, right? And so it's like she's walking with the best of both worlds, right? And she has her cup out in front of her. She's taking good care of it. And she keeps her hand underneath it because her cup is overflowing. So for us, they're telling us, pull back out of the nonsense. We should know better about many things. We should be able to see the manipulation. We should be able to see the integrity. We should be able to pick out the lies from the truth, balance ourselves emotionally, throw out those things that don't feel good to us, lift our vibration from a place of despair and disappointment because we've allowed it. We've allowed the lies to impact us. Be discerning, pull out the truth, and lift ourselves up to the joy vibration. And get into a place of gratitude with this Queen of Cups, and see our cups overflowing. So that's a big piece of our information right there. So I don't know if people are flowing back into a state of depression or not, but it looks like they might be. And maybe somebody here needs to hear it. Or maybe you guys know somebody who is in this situation and you can share with them a little bit of how to lift their vibration, how to be more discerning, show them how to seek different pathways to find truth and knowledge without getting caught up in the negativity that seems to be so broad out there right now. So we're coming up from this emotionally triggering energy, and we have this 9 of rods, and the rods always represent your day-to-day activity, right? Your day-to-day life. And so with this 9, that shows that there's a cycle that's ending. It also shows that there's probably a lot of people with humanitarian hearts and minds that are suffering from depression right now. And I wish you guys could see. I'm so sorry. Ugh. And, you know, this is much quieter down here because it's the wood stove. There's not all that loud noise from the pellet stove. And it's just warm and cozy down here for me in the morning with the wood stove. But even if I were to turn on other lights, the way the lights are distributed, you wouldn't see these cards very well because there's not a direct overhead light. Let me know in the comments if you give a shit. And if you care, I'll try to figure out a better way to get this lit up brighter for you folks. So when we're looking at this 9, that's an ending of a cycle. So take into account that we have cycles that are ending. And they're ending on a very physical, day-to-day way. So like the cycles that we're bringing to an end right now, to a close, will impact us greatly in our day-to-day life, our day-to-day journey, right? And we're ending these cycles because up this staircase, there's all these dead, dried out sticks. All this dead stick that just isn't serving. It just doesn't serve. And it seems as though people are focused on the things that aren't serving, that don't work. They're focused on the deceit. They're focused on the lies and the manipulation. Vibrations have come down because she's sitting there with swords through her heart, with this 3 of Swords, a broken heart. And this guy is sitting here. He is in between the old and the new, right? So behind him, there's all this dead stuff, and it's literally been lined up to show you that it's just not working. And he's desolate. He just sits there, and his head is bowed, and he's really unhappy, and he's unable. He has on the crow's mask, but he's not connecting to the spiritual worlds. He's really just too focused. He's not connecting to spirit. He's just too focused on the physical. And because he won't lift his head and he's allowed himself to come into this slumber, he's also not seeing the new life that's blooming beside him, that is in a full flame and has all of this brand new greenery and life blooming on it, the thing that's starting fresh. So I'd say a lot of people right now are disappointed. Their vibrations have somehow plummeted. They're allowing themselves to be emotionally triggered, and they're sitting in depression and not looking for the good stuff. But what's even sadder, we have these 2 9s right across from him being kind of desolate and not refusing to look at the good stuff, what's blooming. We have this other 9. It's a major arcana card, the Hermit. And so another 9, another ending cycles. This is big picture because it is the Hermit, right? And so the Hermit almost feels like they had to, like they have to be secluded. They're going crazy out there in the world. They can't stand what they know. They're struggling with what they see. And so they've pulled themselves back. So part of the depression is from the lack of possibly community, other people that see or think or feel in the same way. But this is the thing. It's probably a good thing, because the feelings that are happening right now aren't real. Like the focus, the reason for feeling upset, it's untruths. And the reason for feeling down in the dumps is because of a lack of pulling ourselves up to look around at the good stuff. So that's on us. Yeah, there are emotional triggers that are triggering people, but the fact is we should know better, right? So discernment. Don't allow ourselves to get all up in this emotional trigger and feel like we can't stand what we know, we can't stand what we see, we're all alone, we feel crazy, down in the dumps, desolate, and like our hearts are just broken. The universe is telling us to pull up our big girl and boy panties and pull ourselves out of this state of being. So, to go above us, right, we know that they want us to pull ourselves up into the joy vibration and see our cups as overflowing. They want us to pick our heads up and look at what's blooming. We come above the Nine of Rods, and we have more rods. So now we have the Six of Rods. And the Six of Rods, that's the love vibration that's birthing something new. That's directly above where this one rod is like, it's blooming. It's all wrapped in greenery. It's burning a beautiful flame. So right above that, we have these people that have woken up. And their sticks are starting to bloom with the six. Their sticks are starting to bloom. So they're starting to get some life in their journey. Because they've woken up. If you look, it's like their little hands are all dead. So there's this group of people, and they're all waking up, and there's a little bit of greenery in their journey now. And they're going to this person, and they're saying, lead us, or at the very least, show us, teach us. So, as we retreat because we feel like we can't stand what we see and what we know, as we focus on all that appears lost rather than what's blooming, as we listen to the stuff that's meant to manipulate us and get us emotionally triggered, and we're allowing this to break our hearts, the fact is other people, because of this manipulation, because of these lies, because of seeing that a journey isn't working, they're starting to rise up, ask questions, look deeper. They're starting to gain life in their rods, and they're looking to people for more information and good leadership. So, again, this is not meant for us. We've got to pull back from this world stage crap, because a lot of it just isn't meant for us. And so it's basically, for those of us that are awake, it's our duty, honestly, I feel. I mean, we don't have to do anything, but it's our duty to look for the good things where we can see that change is being made, where we can see that good things are happening, so that when people that have been maybe asleep to a lot of this stuff start seeing the problems, if they start communicating with us, we can start showing them. This guy isn't anyone special, okay? He's just an ordinary guy. Like, we're all ordinary people. He's an ordinary guy. So he's not a king. He's not a queen. He's an ordinary guy who is wrapped in God's love with his gold pod, who holds a lot of passion with his red outfit, who can see both sides of the story with his interesting mask, who creates his own journey to be beautiful with his staff that's in full bloom, right? Who connects to Source with his little lights that are lighting up around him, and who holds that love vibration for people. So people are drawn to his, they're drawn to his energy, they're drawn to his frequency, and he holds some knowledge that he can share with them to help them feel better. And he's very loving. So it's our duty to stay focused rather than getting caught up in all that's dying, all that's being lied about, all that's designed to break hearts and manipulate emotions. It's kind of our duty to seek out the things that are blooming, to seek out the truth, to lift our vibrations into joy, to be in that abundant state of gratitude. My cup overflows, so that our vibrations can stay high and we can share the good stuff with people when they start needing some answers or questioning or saying they're worried about things, right? Start feeling blessed about what we know, because we come up from diagonally from this hermit and diagonally up from the hermit, rather than saying we can't stand what we see, we can't stand what we know. Start shifting our perspective into my cup is overflowing. How grateful am I to be aware? How grateful am I to be awake and aware? How grateful am I to be able to see this old way ending with this 9? How grateful am I to be able to see the new stuff blooming? How grateful am I to be able to discern truth from manipulation? How grateful am I to have the tools and the knowledge to lift my vibration into joy? How grateful am I to be able to take and look at my emotions and know where my triggers are and toss out those things that aren't serving me, and grateful to have my cup overflowing in love and joy and emotional balance and knowledge and discernment and being able to see both sides and to see what's blooming. How grateful am I, right? It's an attitude shift, and the attitude changes the vibration. But imagine if you're an empathic person and you're allowing yourself to only see the bad stuff. You've stopped discerning the truth from the lies. And you're feeling crazy, like you know too much, and you're feeling like, instead of my cup is overflowing, you're feeling like all is lost. Now imagine when people that are just starting to wake up or have questions and are starting to see things from a different perspective come to you for information, and all we can do is bitch or be negative, or be down in the dumps, and we're not being of service, right? So it looks like we're meant to be of service, and if we're in these lower vibrations, we're not of service. So across from our 6 of rods, we have another major arcana. So we come up from, we have these 2 major arcana cards, right? Across from us, right? We have the hermit that, I can't stand what I see, I can't stand what I know. Going crazy from this. Let's take the hermit and go above that, and we have the sun. We have the sun, you guys. Right? So that's 10, 11, plus 10, right? So just think of this, right? The sun is directly above the hermit who's feeling crazy, and the sun's all about high vibrations. It's about joy. 10 plus 1 is 11. Plus 10 is 21. Broken down is 3. That's joy. So we have both of these joyful cards here. Not to mention we have our divine love. We have 2 cards ending cycles, which we should be very grateful for, because we know that these cycles weren't working. Right? So rather than feeling crazy, let's get up here into this vibration of joy with the sun, and understand that this sun is bringing people together. Polar opposites are coming together. because this is like the sign of the twins, the sign of the twins. And they're coming together and they're dancing, right? So you've got the two polar opposites, but they've come together and they're dancing under the vibration of joy and abundance and goodwill. So all of this misleading, all of this emotional triggering, a lot of these lies, it's meant to awaken people and get them asking questions to people like us. Just ordinary people. Just start asking questions. And it's meant to, in the end, it will bring people back together. So, dancing in harmony, even though they're polar opposites, or they may have thought different or believed different, they can still come together for a common cause and just be happy about the good stuff that they share together. So this reading is really about lifting our vibration so that we can be there for people, and just reminding us that all this crap on the world stage, it's just not meant for us. There's a lot going on that's waking people up, and that's important in order to end cycles. Getting people coming and questioning, wait a minute, we're seeing a bunch of stuff that doesn't seem to be working. So help them see the stuff that is working. Wait a minute, we see a lot of lies. So help them learn to find the truth. We feel desolate. Help them to pull their vibration up. Help them to step into a state of gratitude. These people that are willing to come together with us, even though our ideologies may be different. In places, there are a lot of commonalities with the sun. And these are both major arcana cards. They're big picture. So it's really important for us to do our work, keep our vibration high, stay in the love vibration, seek the truth, use common sense, don't allow ourselves to be manipulated, stay emotionally focused and balanced, stay in the attitude of gratitude, stay in the love vibration, stay in the vibration of joy. So joy, love, and the attitude of gratitude. And don't close people off just because they're different than you. Not everybody is hateful. And that's a good reminder with this. Not everybody is hateful just because they're different. We do see a lot of that because they scream the loudest. But if they're not the people screaming the loudest, they're not hateful. And there are things that we can come together in. And they're gonna want to. There's questions. They're gonna ask questions. And so our vibration being at a particular level so that we can be of service and of help to people is very important. I'm going to pull 2 more cards. And then I'm going to close off because I have to get ready. So 2 more cards. So this is a reminder that a lot of what you're seeing isn't true. Seek the truth. Seek the knowledge. Be discerning. Don't get caught up in it. Keep your vibration high. Stay in the love vibration. Look for the things that are good instead of focusing on the bad and the manipulation. Stay in the attitude of gratitude, love, and joy. Be grateful for what we know and see. Be grateful for the clear knowing and the clear seeing. Be willing to come together with people when they start asking questions or whatever, and just lovingly show them something that's good. Show them something that's good. Show them something positive. Show them some form of truth. Don't start blackpilling them with really bad stuff. Start showing them some good stuff. That's what we're being told. So let's see. 1 more shuffle. We're going to cut them. Pull 2 more cards. Get the remainder of our message here. So we're being asked to be those humanitarians with that 9. That's the humanitarian. That's ending cycles. And that's being of service. So pull ourselves up by our big girl and boy panties. Look look to the good stuff, stop allowing ourselves to be manipulated, get ourselves straight emotionally, start being in the attitude of gratitude, seeing how our cup overflows in many ways, be very logical and discerning, pull out the lies, focus on the truth, stay in the joy vibration, stay in the love vibration, and step into who we are, right? All right, so we have the 8, highly spiritual, that's the 8 of Cups, and then we have the 4 of Rods. So the 8 of Cups is super spiritual, okay? Her crown is lit up, all bright and lit up joyfully. I don't know if you can see it, but her crown is all lit up. Little sparkles coming off of her hair, right? So lit up and connected to spirit. So in this particular reading, we're being told, connect to spirit with that 8. Connect to spirit, be passionate, and connect to spirit, and stop looking at things that make us feel bad. Now, that can also be I'm purposely ignoring this, and that's not good card, but in this layout, the way they're delivering this information, it's good. Step away from these emotions and connect more into source. Lift the vibration. So here we go. Lift your vibration. Connect into source energy. Stay in the attitude of gratitude. Pull in some joy. Stay in a love vibration. Look for the positives. Look for what's blooming. Pull out the lies. Discern the truth. Walk with that. Okay? Be connected to spirit. And then literally do the physical work with this 4. Again, working to do the balance, to create balance. Literally do the physical work to create balance within yourself, so that so that your attitude of gratitude can look at all of the basics and be grateful. So for instance, I'll just give you an example using myself. So for instance, I could be really wallowing right now. There's a lot that I'm dealing with physically that needs to be taken care of and done. It's important. It's important work. So that I have the 4 walls around me and a roof over my head, right? And it's winter, and we're super slowed down. And I could focus on all that's not happening. But I choose to focus on everything that is happening, and I trust that the rest will follow, in spite of the fact that our season is into winter. Let me grab a cup of my coffee. So yeah, physical hardships, financial hardships, all of that stuff sucks. But I still work to acknowledge all the things that I've got, right? So instead of acknowledging what's not done and what I could be worrying about, this morning I'm grateful for a wood stove that's keeping me warm. And I've been very grateful for that for a few days. We've been really, really cold. I'm grateful for the roof over my head and the walls around me. I'm grateful for my animals. I'm grateful for my boyfriend. I'm grateful for my family, my son and my sister. You know, I have things to be grateful for. I'm grateful for all of you on this channel, your experiences, your stories, your sharing, your love, your prayers. I'm grateful for so many things, right? And so I choose to focus on the things that I'm feeling grateful about. The things that I don't like, I am choosing to do something positive about it, right? So yeah, obviously, I don't like that we're not finished with the outside work that is so important to keep the house standing. I don't like that. But what I'm choosing to focus on is the fact that we are doing a little bit as often as we can to get that complete. I might not like that it's cold, but I'm grateful that we still have the ability to do it even if we are getting cold out there. I'm just grateful for so much right now. You know, I'm grateful that I've been able to keep the girls warm in this cold snap. I'm grateful for memories of people that I love that aren't here anymore. I mean, I'm so grateful for that. Emotionally, there's a lot that I'm sad about, but I'm working to stay balanced, walking hand in hand with my sadness and my grief. And, you know, there's other stuff. There's some worry, and I'm working to keep that worry tamed down, because worry doesn't find you solutions, right? So when I start to worry, I work to find the solutions. And when I start to get, if I feel like I'm wallowing, I work to shift gears. It's important for me to grieve, but it's not a good idea for me to allow my ego to build that grief so that that's all I'm sitting in all day. So if I catch myself doing something like that, I work to remember the things that I'm grateful for and the memories of the people that I've lost that I'm grateful for. Because the Christmas season can be a hard time of year for my family. We've been through a lot, right during the holidays. We've been through a lot that doesn't include this new loss that we are going through. So there's a lot of triggering things this time of year that come in, and you know, we have to work to create some semblance of balance emotionally. So what do I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed? I immediately connect to spirit. That's what I do, and this is what she's doing. My emotions are overwhelming me. I'm in a place of extreme depression or despair or sadness, and I just sit and I connect into spirit, and I do literally, I pull light and I lift my vibration, and I go, you know, I pull in my childhood happy place and what brought me joy, and I list off my areas that I'm so blessed, and I self-heal energetically, and it's helpful. So yeah, connect to spirit, be more connected to spirit, so that we can step away from what's emotionally treating us despairingly and step into that attitude of gratitude where we do see all the places that our cup overflows, and literally physically create a semblance of balance within our life and the people around us with this 4. So come together with people over simplicity, over the things that you have in common in the physical journey, over, you know, simplistic things. You don't have to get together with your family and talk world affairs. It's unimportant to do that. The importance is getting together with family and loving them. And maybe just coming together on the things that you share for commonalities, like, you know, making a snowman together, or going around, riding around, looking at the Christmas lights, or you know, the excitement of seeing the children open presents on Christmas morning, or the fact that you love your love of whatever dishes you're creating, or the love of flowers, or whatever the commonality is, the simplicity of that. Like, stop allowing the division. It's up to us. Like, we're being told. Start coming together with people over simplistic things. Stop allowing the division. Pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. You know, and be that which we are meant to be. Stop listening to the lies. Stop listening to the devil. Stop listening to the things meant to manipulate you and upset you. And, you know, come together with your family and your animals, and be more sovereign, end the cycles of separation with this Nine of Pentacles, right? And she's looking after and caring for her animals and her family. She is the humanitarian. She sees the world and things as her assets. So get back to seeing the world as your asset, your family as your asset, your pets as your asset. End the cycle of the illusion of separateness and all is lost. End the cycle. And start bringing the nurturing and the love, the Ace of Wands, back into your own families. Step up. It's time for us to be of service, is what I'm getting. So, yeah, the Knight of Cups. Get ourselves into a nice, joyful, emotionally balanced, the emotional warrior, so that we can help our families to feel good and help ourselves to feel good and nurture our families and our loved ones. The time of separation is over. They don't want us wallowing in this anymore. It's time to end all of that. And so we have to step back a little bit and get ourselves right so that we can be of service and start coming together with people that may not think exactly like us or whatever, but get back together with our families is the big message. And our friends or whoever we've separated ourselves from. Not because there's been hostility, but maybe because, you can't talk big picture stuff with them. The universe says, who gives a shit? Start coming back together with people over things that are more simplistic so that we can be there for them with this Six of Rods. When they start noticing some things on the world stage and have some questions. But they're never going to come ask questions or ask for help in finding some things out if there's such a divide between us, right? So start focusing on how much you love your family and your animals and the world, and come together over basic, simplistic things, which will open the lines of communication and emotional healing. So that's what I'm getting, you guys. So I don't know who needs to hear it, but that's what I got today. A very sound advice from the universe. It's time to come back together with people and stop feeling as though you're separate. It's time to stop focusing on all the stuff that doesn't feel good. It's time to really shift our vibration and whatnot, the way we look at things, our attitudes, so that we can be of service when needed. So how did I do? How did I do? Please and thank you. How did I do delivering the message? Please and thank you. One more shuffle, we'll cut them. How did I do? I did a good job, you guys, with the Lover's card, Higher Arcana. That's my yes. Good job, Lorri. Delivering the message with love. Secondary message kind of goes back into what we just received for information. Don't get so caught up in things that you're getting bitten. Stay in that love vibration. When we're getting caught up in the physical, you guys, this is a very physical card, right? They're all entwined up into each other and they're all caught up. When we get caught up in the physical stuff, and we're only focusing on particular things on the physical in the physical world, it can poison us, literally, with that snake bite. So it can become venomous and poisonous and not serve us. So clear our emotions, lift our vibrations, connect into spirit, Look deliberately for our blessings. Stay in the attitude of gratitude. Pull in that childhood joy. Be discerning, because the things that we're getting caught up on in the physical world are just poisoning us. They're not meant for us. Apparently, it's meant for people that might start questioning some things that haven't so far. So that's what I'm getting today. So maybe this isn't for anybody here on the channel to hear about the depression or whatever. Who knows? But maybe it's for us to hear, because maybe you guys know some people that are depressed because they're starting to open their eyes. And maybe, it's for us to lift our vibrations and come together with these people and just show them some good things. Don't red pill the hell out of them or black pill the hell out of them. Come together with just simplistic commonalities, and then just show them a few good things or whatever. But this is not the time for people to be down in the doldrums. This is a time for us to keep ourselves high vibing, so that we can be of service. That's what I'm getting, at least, you guys. Take from it what you will and toss the rest. Tomorrow I'll be on to answer some questions. I just am pushed for time this morning. So we'll be looking at some, one woman wants to know about why arrests aren't being made. And then we'll finish up with the couple of questions left over from the Black Goose stuff. So anyway, I don't think you guys have seen Luke yet this morning, so I'll let you say hi to Lukey Duke. I had to rearrange. So let's see. There's Luke. You see him? There's Lukey Duke. He's tired. He's in his little bed. So anyway, yeah, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I love you all, and I will see you soonish. All right, bye.